Hey there, I'm Sarah Parise. Welcome back to the Nook. And for this week's workout of the week, we're doing a yoga flow with an emphasis on our hips. So a lot of hip opening, a lot of twisting with our hips open. This is great if you sit for work or if you're in carpool or running your kids all over town. This one will feel good this morning. Let's start in the top of your space. We're going to do a big toes to touch, little space between your heels. Roll your shoulders forward, back, and down. And just right from the start, find your strong mountain pose. And then we're going to extend it. So inhale your arms all the way up. Maybe even touch your thumbs. And then press your shoulders down your back. We'll inhale nice and tall. And then exhale, first forward fold over straight-ish legs. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, refold. For this first one, we'll roll up one vertebrae at a time, tucking your chin to your chest and your head is the last to rise. Back to that strong mountain. One more like that. Inhale, thumbs touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice strong back. Exhale, refold. This time we'll reverse the swan dive all the way up. And then fold it forward, listen for the change. Inhale, chair. Sink your hips low. Arms can stay hips, they can go heart or they can go high. No matter where they go, they're active. And then sit back into your heels and then peek down, make sure you can see your toes. And if you can't, send those knees backwards. Exhale, hands heart center. Find our first twist, no bind, just twist. Inhale, back center. Exhale, left. Inhale, back center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. And exhale, left. Inhale, back center. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, re-find your chair. This time we bind. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Twist to the right. That left forearm reaches towards the outside of your leg to find your twisted chair. Now immediately you might feel your left knee go forward. Pull it back, line it up, and then can you look up? Inhale, center, and just over to the other side. Get low, this time your right forearm outside of that left leg. You'll notice your right knee scoots forward. Pull it back in line with your left, and then look up. Inhale, center, and then exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, and then let's lower all the way down. First time, all the way down onto your belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, lower. And then straight push up if you're able from knees or just from feet. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, step it through. And then rise to crescent. So you're on the ball of your back foot. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. And then you have those arm variations still. Hips, heart, or high. Making sure your feet are lined up on railroad tracks, not on that tightrope. Then we'll inhale, forward. Exhale, little twist in this extended crescent. Breathe. So the twist is slight. And then drop your right hand down, drop your back knee down, and find this modified dragonfly twist. So both knees are bent. And then we circle those arms all the way up and back. Left hand is reaching back. Can you reach for your thigh? Can you get your calf? Can you get your heel? Lean back, look back. And then send it into a half split with the dragonfly arms. So it's a half split, but it's twisted. So flex through your front foot. Right hand can be down, it can be on a water bottle, a block, anything to bring the floor to you. And then once again, can you peek up towards this right hand? Now shift your weight into your right hand, bring your left leg all the way around to find this modified side plank, but we're gonna have our leg lifted. So you can find the power in the pause here, or lift and lower. So pulling your belly button in towards your back, pressing up strong from your right arm, so you have a strong line from your right wrist all the way to your left fingertips. If you're moving it, it's just 3. If you're holding it, it's just 2. And then 1, you're gonna step it all the way through to a lizard lunge. So both hands inside that left leg, hugging your left knee into your left tricep. And then this is a good stretch for me on my hands. But if you need more, if you can lower down, maybe 1 forearm, maybe 2, I'll just encourage you to keep your left leg glued in towards the middle. Then plant all your weight into your right hand. Reach your left hand up, totally optional, and reach back, or even bend that back leg and reach for the foot. No worries if you can't get the foot, you'll still get the quad stretch through the front side of this back leg. And if you do find the foot, just be gentle on the pull, still squeezing that left leg in towards the midline. And then slowly release it if you have the bind. Press those hands into the ground, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, step it through, find your crescent, and set it up like the same on this other side. Railroad tracks, pull that right hip back, left hip forward. Arms come up. Inhale, lean it forward. Exhale, open it up. Finding this little twist with our crescent. And then we'll drop the left hand, drop the left knee, and find this dragonfly twist with bent legs. And then using your core strength, lift it all the way up. And this right leg, right hand reaches back towards the left leg. Is it a thigh? Is it a calf? Is it a foot? Can you send your hips forward as your upper body leans back? Maybe even look back. Reach back, go back, and then straighten through your front leg. Drop your left hand. These toes goes towards the sky. And then it's that twist. It's the similar dragonfly twist we've hit in all of our postures today. Pulling that right hip back. And then planting your weight into your left hand, lifting that right leg all the way to the side and up to find this side plank. And once again, you can hold it, find the power in the pause, or it's a lift and lower. I lifted and lowered on one side. I'm going to do it on the other, making sure my shoulders and my hips are facing the same direction. Straight line from that bottom wrist all the way up to the top of your fingertips. We just have 3, 2, and 1. Step it all the way forward for the lizard lunge on the right. So the right foot is on the outside of the right hand. Our back leg is lowered, and then come down into the ground, come down into a blanket, a block, a pillow, hugging that right leg in towards your tricep to find your lizard lunge. Excellent. Then the optional add-on, reach the right arm up all the way around. Do you reach for the foot, or is it just the reach back? If you have the foot, it's gentle, sending your hips forward, maybe even twist. Peek up over that back shoulder. Slowly releasing your foot, step it back to plank, and then back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank, and then lower all the way down onto your belly. Spread apart your feet so they're like in a little V, and then do the same with your arms. So you turn your body into an X. Your thumbs turn up towards the sky, and then we lift and lower, but don't fully set down unless you have to. It's a lift and a lower. So when we lower, we're still off the ground, it's just a hover. Just 3, and then we're gonna hold up. 2 and 1, bring it to the midline, and then back out. It's like a suspended jumping jack. So have your eyes gaze down. I, X, I, X. Moving them all the way together if you can, and then maybe make it very, very wide, and then back together. Just 3, 2, and 1. Press it back, child's pose. Sitting those hips back to your heels, forehead to the floor, or stacking on your hands if it doesn't reach the floor. And then inhale, come up to rise. We're gonna do just 2 cat-cows. So inhale for cow, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Round everything out like the scared cat back. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat. Send it back, downward facing dog, this upside down review with your body. And then we'll lift our left leg up and set up for pigeon. So if you look at a yoga book or a manual, you'll see that the person's shin is parallel to the top of their space, top of their mat. Most of our hips don't look like that. Wiggle it in a little bit, and then drive this back hip towards that heel. So you really square your hips in this pigeon. And then only if you can, or if you want to, bring your arms all the way down for pigeon. Now you can be on your forearms. Some of us can go all the way down to your chest. The option I'm going to give today is if it's easy for you to do pigeon, or if you're just up for a challenge, you're going to thread the needles. So my right arm is going to go through underneath, and then I'm going to rest on my right shoulder. Now this left hand can kind of lead as a kickstand, and this is a very intense stretch, not only in our hips, but in our shoulders. So only do this one if you can breathe into it, and the stretch itself feels good. If it doesn't, come back up, lean on your forearms, lean on your hands, and find your variation of pigeon. If none of this feels good, roll over onto your back and find that reclined figure 4. If you have the thread the needle, we're going to come up nice and slow. Using that left hand, come up to your forearms, come up all the way to sit, then press into your hands and send that left leg back. Downward facing dog, single leg. And you can bend it, you can loop it, you can rotate it around, whatever your body is craving to do. I've been liking this, pressing my left foot on the opposite side of my right and pressing back. It's a great stretch after pigeon. And then plant them together, downward facing dog. That right leg gets a try. And once again, taking your time to set it up. In your mind's eye, think parallel to the mat. Oh, my body doesn't work like that. Bring it back a little bit. So mine's like at a 45-degree angle. My back leg is straight behind. And then I'm pulling my left hip towards my right heel. Mine doesn't touch, but I'm pulling it towards it. Then I'm gonna lay down if it feels good to lay down, or stay high. And then that same option, this side, but being mindful that every side is different. It might not work on one side. loop it under, thread the needle so the left shoulder comes down onto the ground. That was anything but graceful, that's okay. Using the right, press a little kickstand and find your pigeon with your thread the needle. Continue to breathe. If you're up higher in your pigeon, try to relax your head. Just let it go. Even if it doesn't come near the floor, just let it go. Shake it no. Shake it yes. And then slowly come up, pressing that hand. And then extend your leg behind you. Shimmy it out, shake it out. And then maybe reach it on the other side of the left. Repress into that downward facing dog. And then back to this downward facing dog, upside down letter V with your body. Inhale forward to plank, but just a step through. So we're going to step through all the way to seat. Sit it down, and we'll all meet in boat. So boat can be heels down, toes down. Let's all grab on the underneath part of our legs. Elbows come really far out. Flatten out your back, and you might need to sit up taller, and that's okay. Or higher, I should say. Then lean back with this flat back, and see if you can pull your toes off the floor. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you let go of the legs, but you keep that flat back. And then if it feels good, extend your legs. And if it doesn't, leave them a little bent. Now take this big beach ball you're holding and bring it over to the right. And bring it back to center above your knees, and then over to the left. And then we go center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. One more time each side. Exhale right. Ooh, those legs are dropping. Get them up. Exhale left. Back to center, and then slowly, fight gravity, slowly, maybe slowly lower all the way down to the ground to set up for bridge pose. Plant your feet, reach your fingertips towards your heels. We're gonna reverse this, what we just did. Reverse this, press those heels into the earth. Press the mounds of your big toes down into the ground. Maybe on bridge today, your hands go very gently on your belly. You can feel yourself breathe. So as you press strong, it's a strength hold. But we can take some real deep breaths in bridge, feeling your belly rise on the inhale and fall on the exhale. Can you lift them a little higher? We're only doing one bridge today. So how strong can you make it? If you want to play with wheel, put your hands next to your ears and you can press up to wheel. Three, your biggest breaths of the day. If it feels good, close your eyes. 2 and 1. Slowly come out of whatever you're in. Hug your right knee in. Extend your left leg out. And then open your knee up to the side. Now your knee can stay bent. You can stay just like this. If you want a little bit more, I'm gonna move over so you can see where my leg is gonna go on the camera. If you want a little bit more, extend it. Now, I don't have massive amounts of flexibility, but if you do, I'll try it. I can maybe do it for a tiny bit on this one. You can grab the toe. I like to grab and then kind of kickstand my elbow, grab my leg, keep your left hip grounded, and then open it up through your inner thigh. So my leg is pretty straight. If you have the toe and it's bent, it's not terrible, but the goal is to feel the stretch to the inner thigh. And then we're gonna take this leg in whatever variation it is. I'm gonna really need to adjust because I'm tall. Bring it up over the top and then over to the other side. And now I do want your leg straight. So I do want, even if it's down at a lower angle, I want your leg straight and looking to the right. So the closer your leg is to your shoulder, if you wiggle it up, the bigger the stretch. Slowly unwind. Extend that right leg nice and long. And then the left one pulls in. So we pull it in. I switched the wrong direction. Pull that left one in. Keeping this right hip grounded, bring the left one out to the side. And then once again, play with it. Can you reach the toe? Can you find the shape that works for you to stretch out through your inner thigh? And keep that right leg active. Can you flex through your foot? Can you maybe even tighten through your quad and your glute? Ground it down, have that base. And then reach it up, reach it over. I'm gonna scooch and play. Bring it over to the other side. Remembering the higher it is towards your shoulder, the more challenging. It's a bigger stretch. If you need to drop it, drop it. Looking to the left. And then once again, bring it back up to center. We'll give ourselves one final hug as we set up for Shavasana. And send it long. Take up space. Find your final resting pose. I know it's tempting to stop the video and not do this one, but just for a few breaths, soak it all in. As we thank ourselves for showing up, as we absorb all the benefits of our practice. And then to close today, we'll do one hand on our heart, one hand on our bellies. And then hands together at heart center. And we all say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in that practice today. This workout of the week it will be, 8 days until the Healthy Holiday Challenge kicks off, the 12th annual. So if you haven't signed up yet, there's still plenty of time to sign up. We kick things off on December 1st. So starting December 1st, you'll receive an email or option for a text reminder of one thing to do for yourself all of December. So this is made up of mini workouts, easy to do recipes to bring to parties, little timeouts that you can take for yourself just to keep yourself motivated and energized during the busiest time of the year. Thanks for joining on that one. I'll put the link for the challenge in the notes on YouTube and in the chat underneath on Facebook. Once again, I'm Sarah Parise. Thank you for joining me in that workout of the week, and go sign up for the Healthy Holiday Challenge. Have a great day.